Hi, class 10th. Now we are going to start with the second chapter of chemistry of NCERT, that is acid, bases and salts. And at the end of the video, I'll ask you certain questions regarding this topic. So carefully watch the video. So let's start with our first topic, that how do acids taste. Now here we have certain items. Now look at these items. So here first we have tomato sauce, lemon juice and oranges. Now the one thing that is common in all these three items is they all are sour in taste. Let's start with tomato. As we know, tomato sauce is obviously made from tomatoes and it has sour taste because tomatoes consist of oxalic acid. Similarly, orange and lemon possess sour taste because of the presence of citric acid into it. Now let's see how do base taste. Now look at these items: Eno, toothpaste and a bar soap, which is typically made up of sodium hydroxide. Now the one thing that is common in all these three things is that they all are bitter in taste. So bases are bitter in taste. Now talking about salt, the common salt, that is NaCl, which we use in our kitchen as well, is salty in nature. So the salt taste is salty. Now let's build a table of difference together. The 5 important things we will look are: first example, then taste, then neutralization, then identification, and last we will see about the indicator test. So first we will see the different examples of acid, bases and salts. Under acids we have sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid. Under base we have sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. And under salts we have sodium chloride and calcium chloride. Now the next property is taste. All acids are sour in taste, bases are bitter in taste, and salts are salty in taste. Now let's look at neutralization. So what neutralization is? Neutralization means to cancel the effect of. So an acid can neutralize base and base can neutralize an acid. Now in terms of taste, it means that acid can neutralize the bitter taste of base and base can neutralize the sour taste of an acid. Now here we have an example in which the strong acid, that is HCl, react with a strong base, that is NaOH, to form a neutral salt, that is NaCl, also known as common salt, along with water. Now let's fill in the table for neutralization row. Acids and bases neutralize each other and produce salt and water. So salts are formed by neutralization of acid and base. Now let's look at identification. Now if you are looking at compound and we know the chemical formula as well of that compound, then how can you identify if it is an acid, a base or a salt? So the simple way to find whether the compound is an acid, base or salt, the one thing that is common in all acid is that all the acids release H positive ions when dissolved in water, whereas all bases release OH negative ions, that is hydroxide ions, when dissolved in water. Here we have certain examples of acids and base. So here first example is hydrochloric acid, which react with water to dissociate into H positive and Cl negative ions. The another example is of acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. When dissolved in water, it produces CH3COO negative and again H positive ions. The next example is of base, in which sodium hydroxide dissociate into Na positive and OH negative ions when dissolved in water. Similarly, ammonia, when react with water or when dissolved in water, release OH negative ions along with ammonium ions. So all acids consist of H positive ions and all base consist of OH negative ions. Now talking about salts, salts consist of positive ions other than H positive and negative ions other than O2 negative and OH negative. So here we have two examples of salt. First salt is NaCl, that is common salt, and the second one is calcium chloride, that is CaCl2. So NaCl, when dissolved in water, it dissociates into Na positive and Cl negative ions, whereas CaCl2 when dissolved in water produces Ca positive and Cl negative ions. So now let's fill in the table for identification. So acids contain H positive ions, bases contain OH negative ions, whereas salt contains cations not H positive and anions which are not O2 negative or OH negative. Now let's take a look at litmus test. A litmus paper may change its color when added to acid, bases or salts. Now first we will see the effect of base on red litmus paper. So when you dip the red litmus paper into a beaker which consists of base, you will see that the red color of the litmus paper turns blue. So to test whether the solution is acidic or basic, we can use the litmus paper. As the red litmus paper, if turns blue, it shows that the solution is basic in nature. Now we will see the effect of acid on blue litmus paper. So when the blue litmus paper is dipped in a beaker which consists of acid, you will see that the blue color of the litmus paper changes to red. So if blue litmus paper changes to red, it means the solution which you are testing is acidic in nature. Now we will check the effect of litmus paper on salts. Now as we know, salts are formed when acids react with base to form salt and water. This reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So now let's see with the help of an experiment that what happens when litmus paper is put into salt solution. So first we will test the blue litmus paper in a salt solution, and then we test the red litmus paper in the salt solution. You will see that there will be no change in color on the litmus paper when it is dipped in the salt solution. So salts are neutral in nature, so it do not affect the color of litmus paper. Now the litmus paper was the natural indicator. Now let's talk about some synthetic indicators. So the first synthetic indicator is methyl orange. Now let's see how do methyl orange change its color when it is put in acid, base or salt. In acid, the color of methyl orange is red, in base its color is yellow, and in neutral solution the color of methyl orange is orange in color. It means it do not change its color in neutral solution. Now the next indicator is phenolphthalein, which is again a synthetic indicator. Now let's see what changes the phenolphthalein have when it is put in acid, bases or salts. Now let's see how phenolphthalein indicator work. Take a flask which consists of 25 ml sodium hydroxide, that is a base, and put few drops of phenolphthalein indicator into it with the help of this dropper. You will notice that the colorless base start turning into pink color, which shows that if we put phenolphthalein into a base, it will turn into pink color. Now add few drops of hydrochloric acid into this flask and then stir it. You will observe that the pink color of the solution starts disappearing. So in acids, the pink color of phenolphthalein disappears. Now let's talk about one more natural indicator, that is litmus solution, and let's see its effect on acids and bases. Litmus solution is made up of purple dye obtained from lichens. so its own color is purple. But when you put it into acid, it will turn red, and in base its color is blue, whereas in neutral solution it will remain purple in color. The next natural indicator is red cabbage. The red cabbage turns the acidic solution into red color and the basic solution into bluish green color. In this activity, we are given certain samples and we have to test with the help of the following indicators that whether the solution is acidic, basic or salt. So let's check it one by one. First, we will consider all the acids like HCl, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid. So when we test it with the help of red litmus solution, you will see that there will be no change. In blue litmus solution, they all turns red. In phenolphthalein, they decolorize the color of phenolphthalein from pink to colorless, and the solution of methyl orange turns red due to the action of these acids. Now to test the basic solution, in red litmus solution they turns blue. There is no change of blue litmus solution on base. In phenolphthalein, the color will not change, it will remain pink, and the methyl orange solution colors changes to yellow. Now the next type of indicators are olfactory indicators. Now what are olfactory indicators? There are some substances whose odor changes, means whose smell changes in acidic or basic medium. So these type of indicators are known as olfactory indicators. So various olfactory indicators are onion cloth strip, vanilla essence and clove oil. In acidic solution, onion cloth strip odor or smell remain as such, whereas in basic solution, the smell of onion lose their odor completely, whereas in vanilla essence, the odor remain as such in acidic solution, and in basic solution they lose their odor completely. And clove oil smells again differently in acidic or basic solutions. So here we conclude all the indicators: natural indicators, synthetic indicators and olfactory indicators. Now answer the following questions. Question number 1. What is common in all acids and bases? Question number 2. If you are given a compound, then how can you recognize whether the compound is acid, base or a salt? Question number 3. Name any 2 natural and synthetic indicators and also tell how they work in acid, bases and salts. Thanks for watching the video. Press subscribe and like button for more videos.